Hello all and welcome to this video. In previous videos I've already explained how my self-developed tool Doraemon works. So if you don't know what Doraemon is, I strongly advise you to have a look at those videos on the same YouTube channel. Today I just want to give you a quick explanation on how smoothly Doraemon's Excel import filter works. I'm very sure that many game localizers are familiar with this particular scenario. In this directory, D projects tests Excel, I have this file called complicatedfile.xlsx, and this is how it looks, and it basically consists of two tabs called difficult and complicated. And on the difficult tab, we find 5 different columns, namely context, which basically contains the string IDs. There's the commands with special instructions for the translator. Here's the source text, and column D we find the Dutch. This is where the translation needs to be pasted, and French, which I don't speak, so this is not really applicable for me. Now the thing is that on the complicated tab, we basically have the very same structure with one important difference, namely the fact that the columns for French and Dutch have been reversed. Of course, this is very sloppy, but this happens all the time, and it means that for every tab, you often need to use different column configurations. Now, normally, if you do this, try to do this in a normal cat tool, you first have to define the columns for every tab one by one, and then you translate it, and then you find out there's some kind of error or you imported the wrong column, and then you have to reconfigure the columns and re-import, and it's a lot of hassle, really. Also, in most cat tools, when you try to do this, you basically want to be able to look at your file while making these configurations, right? But this is often not possible because then the file becomes it cannot be read by the cat tool anymore because it's already being opened in Excel and you can't use the same file twice. So what you then do is, of course, make a copy of this file and then open the copy and then import the non-copy. But often you make a mistake and you do it the other way around, etc., etc. It's a lot of hassle and many things can go wrong. And personally, I never get it right the first time. So how does Doraemon handle this? Well, let's just go to Doraemon. I import the folder name. I input the folder name. We're going to translate this from English to Dutch. And what we see here is, this is not so good actually because I already predefined the column. So let's just pretend I have not done that yet. So I'm just going straight to this database. No, this is not what I need. This is what I need, and I'm gonna just delete these rows. Okay, so this is something you normally don't do. It's because I just practiced for this video already. So normally this is a new file, and you open it, and what you basically see is this. You have to configure all columns from the start. So, well, in the difficult column, the difficult tab, what you can see is that the source text can be found in column C, and the translation needs to be put in column D, right? Well, the string ID column is A, that's correct. And then there are some extra translator instructions in column B. Right? Okay, so let's input this. And what we see happen now is exactly what we need. We see English save. Welcome to this game called blah, blah, blah. We see these appear as translatable segments, right? And this is exactly what we want. Now, the beautiful thing is that in most cat tools, when there are, for example, special translators for special instructions for translators, or if there's a string ID that can tell a bit more about the context of the strings, that these are often displayed very small in the bottom right corner, or you have to hover your mouse above command icons to display these string IDs or commands. And this is a lot of hassle, actually. When I translate, I just want to see the context of said string and the name of said string straight away without needing to do anything extra, without putting any extra effort in it. In Doraemon, this is no problem because, as you can see, the string names and the translator instructions are displayed right below the segment you're translating at this moment. Okay, so I started translating automatically. We translate English as Dutch, save as opslaan, but this save is not an instruction. It's an instruction. It's not used for a button. So in this case, in Dutch, we have to use an imperative. So we could do this, or maybe this, whatever you prefer. I think this sounds better in this case. It's not totally consistent, but doesn't matter. It's just an example. And let's just translate this as welkom bij. Let's just leave out this game in Dutch. I think this sounds a bit more natural. So, okay, we've translated this. Nice, good. The second tab, actually, it has basically exactly the same configuration, but the columns for French and Dutch have been reversed. So what do? Here's the complicated column. The source column is still C. The target column this time is E, right? It's E. So the string ID column stays the same. The context column is still B, and that's it. And as you can see now, live on the fly, the second tab has been imported. No need to re-import or reconfigure. Look how fast and smoothly this goes. There's some more things you can define for each tab. The column start. So basically I can tell Doraemon, listen, I don't want you to start importing from row 2, but instead I want you to start importing from row 3 because row 2 has already been translated. I can also... this file uses vertical column configurations. Sometimes it's reversed. So basically you see this, context, column, English. It's rare, but I've seen this. And basically then we have a horizontal configuration. And in this case, you don't want to import the strings as columns, but you want to import them as rows. Yeah, and this too is possible. In this case, I just define source row, target row, and context row instead of source column, target column, and context column. I can also choose to ignore certain colors. So I can say, well, listen, everything that's colored yellow does not need to be imported. Or I can say, listen, I only want you to import columns with a yellow color. This is all possible. Okay, let's just translate this. English becomes Dutch. Bill is a name, stays as Bill. Jump is also a character name. It's also just stays as is. And space, a level name. So in this case, ruimte is a possible translation. Okay, I'm done. So let's export this and let's see what happens. It's a big sound. There you go. This is the result. This file. And as you can see on the difficult tab, the translations have been neatly put in column D, whereas on the complicated tab, they have been neatly put in column E. And that's how easy these things go in Doraemon. A lot easier, I think, than in many other cat tools. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video. Take care.